Hello and good day everyone, welcome back to the show. I'm Sean David, thanks for tuning in. In today's episode, I want to talk about a very special moment in Michael Jordan's later career. So basically when he was playing with the Washington Wizards. But before I'm going to start with today's episode, I just wanted to remind you guys that I have a new show called Sean David TV. You will find the link underneath the video. I would really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe to that channel too. Alright, so let's go.
And I'll tell you an interesting story about the greatness of Michael Jordan. When I was coaching in Washington, we played the Indiana Pacers, and we were down 25 at the end of the third quarter. And I took Michael out of the game, and I said, "Look, Michael, I know you think we can still win this game, but we got to play, you know, in 2 nights. And if we make a little run, I'll put you back in the game." Well, we didn't. Well, I found out that after the game was over that he had 8 points in the game, and he broke a streak of like 860-something games in double figures.
Michael Jordan, of course, is coming off of a rather disappointing performance. In fact, he'd never scored under 10. He went 866 consecutive games with at least 10 points.
And so the media was on, you know, how do you think Michael's going to be with this? You know, I said, you know, look, Michael's got championship rings, he's got gold medals, he's got NCAA championships, he's got MVPs. He's not going to care about the 8 points. So he met with the media and agreed. You know, that bus is lonely as a coach when you're sitting there after you've got your head handed to you. So I was sitting on the bus, and actually Michael had hired me. He was the part owner and president GM, hired me to be the coach, and then he came back to play. I'll never forget this moment ever as a coach. This to me was greatness.
Now, I want to start off this video by taking you guys back to the beginning of the relationship between Doc Collins and Michael Jordan, because that is very important. If we think of Michael Jordan's favorite coach, the first name that always comes to mind is Phil Jackson. But Phil Jackson wasn't the only coach Michael Jordan had. Before him, from the year 1986 until 1989, Doc Collins used to coach the Chicago Bulls. He took over from Stan Albeck, and it was his job to take the Chicago Bulls to the next level. You could see right from the start that Doc Collins and Michael Jordan had a different type of relationship, not your typical head coach-players relationship. Doc Collins knew exactly how to talk to Michael Jordan and how to push the right buttons.
Michael, would you come here a second so we can kiss on TV here, please?
There we go.
Would you tell him everything is fine?
Oh.
Okay, we've kissed and made up now.
It's important for Michael and I to always have an understanding. I understand the pressure on him. I understand his space. I understand all the things he goes through. Michael Jordan is a phenomenon. I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
Inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! They win it! Set the Cleveland Cavaliers. Michael Jordan hits it at the foul line.
That was get the ball, Michael. Everybody get the out of the way. Goal to basket.
Doc Collins indeed helped the Bulls to take the next step, but unfortunately, they never won a championship with Doc Collins. That didn't happen before Phil Jackson took over and won 6 championships with the Chicago Bulls. But even though Jordan didn't win an NBA championship with Collins, over the years, Jordan always had a lot of respect for Collins, which is why when Jordan had a second comeback and Phil Jackson wasn't available, Doc Collins was the only other guy he wanted to play for. Now, what we have to remember is when Michael Jordan announced his second comeback, many people were very skeptical. Why? Well, he didn't play for 3 years and he was in his late 30s, so naturally, people didn't know what to expect. The sports world was shocked. Michael Jordan really returned to the NBA at the age of 38 with the Washington Wizards, so he wasn't wearing a Chicago Bulls uniform. How could he do that? I mean, he ended his career perfectly with the golden shot against the Utah Jazz in the NBA Finals, winning the NBA championship. What else can you want? Well, Michael Jordan wasn't done yet. When he was playing with the Washington Wizards, the beginning was very shaky. Not because of his performances, he was actually putting up some good numbers. 19 in his first game, 31 in his second, 20, 19, 32, 32, and so on and so on. But for the first time in his career, Michael Jordan lost 8 games in a row. This was not what Michael Jordan had expected. Also, in December in 2001, Michael Jordan's performances were very inconsistent. And then on the 27th of December in 2001, Michael Jordan only scored 6 points against the Indiana Pacers. He only made 2 shots out of 10, which not only killed Michael Jordan's streak, but actually got Michael Jordan thinking.
He got on the bus and he said, "Scoot over." And he looked at me and he said, "Do you think I can still play?" And I said, "Absolutely, that's why I'm here, to be here to help you." He said, "You know, to be my coach, you have to believe in me and believe I can still play." And I said, "Michael, I believe in you." He said, "You did the right thing tonight. You did the right thing tonight. I don't care about the points, but I needed to know that you believe in me." Fast forward, we get on the plane. He has a few cocktails, smokes a couple cigars, all the things you're not supposed to do. Yeah. We get back about 3:30 in the morning in Washington. At 7:30 that morning, he's down in the fitness room with Tim Grover, working out like you can't believe. Now, he's 41 years old. We play the New Jersey Nets the next night. And Michael scores the first 3 times he has the ball. Byron Scott takes a timeout, and Michael comes over and says, "I want the ball right there the rest of the game, and don't take me out till I tell you."
I have a feeling Michael brought his A game.
Well, you knew that he would.
Post you up and score again. So Jordan, 7 of 9, 15 points.
But that shot that he just made is one that he has made so many times.
Couldn't get that one to go. And Michael Jordan comes away after his 3rd rebound. Going for 2 more, 17 in the opening quarter. Sam Cassell had 17 in the opening quarter for Milwaukee at the Hive last night. Hot hand. Oh my goodness! Jordan 19 in the opening quarter.
And wanting a foul, complaining that he didn't get the foul for his shot. Well, he's certainly warm tonight as Michael Jordan. His jumper is going down. He's taking it into the lane. And after he got 6 points, you knew it wasn't going to stay that way. But look at that, 19 of 12 from the floor.
Runs at him, fouls him. 2 more for MJ, who has 21 in the first quarter.
He walks over the bench. I said, Michael, what happened tonight? He said, "Well, the guy who was guarding me was told me his back was hurting. Don't ever tell me you got a problem." He said, I'll make you pay for that."
Jordan against Barron. 43.
Quiet there for a minute. He's going to be quiet anymore.
Says, "I want to take on you." And 45 for Michael is a season high. Walker tries to prevent the dribble drive, cannot. And Michael has 49.
Man, you know it's a clear out for Michael. They cleared out and they waited, and he just challenged Aubrey and won.
Wesley in a jump pass to McClure is fouled by Whit. Jordan, 51 for Michael.
I think that's what they were going for, and I think they'll probably come out of the game now.
And 100 for Washington.
So with 2 minutes to go in the game, he gives me the sign like, "That's enough." I take him out of the game.
51 points. But if you think that Michael Jordan was done yet, you're mistaken. Only 2 days later, the Washington Wizards were playing against the New Jersey Nets, a team that would make the finals the same year, and Jordan was just beginning.
16-5 run over the Nets in the last 4 minutes. He'll try for another and get it. 18 straight points. Well, the greatest player of all time has been just that here in not only the first half, but the 3rd quarter of tonight's game. Michael Jordan has hit 18 consecutive points.
He came back the next game with 46. And he looked at me and he said, "I told you I could still play." 97 points. I mean, Mike, I was absolutely blown away at what this guy could do. His mind, how strong it was. I mean, he's playing on one leg. I mean, he'd cut his finger, with doing a cigar. He had his finger was bent. He had a bad knee. The competitive will and great. I've never seen anything like it.
Again, Michael Jordan was making history. And I know that there are many people out there who believe that Michael Jordan should have retired and never should have come back to play for the Washington Wizards. But believe me, I'm still grateful that Michael Jordan actually came back and that I was able to witness those kind of games. Alright you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I guess I'll see you next time. Peace. I'm out.